I just installed Home Assistant, and it was the Bloomin8 E-Ink Canvas that got me to do it. It wasn't all the automation capabilities, the open source, whatever, or the device compatibilities that everybody raves over. Actually, that last one is exactly what it was. You often add new tech to your home, and stepping outside of the smart home for a moment, that new tech may live on an island, and you have absolutely no concern for connectivity or compatibility. So for this tech to be so new and so unique and come out of the gates with a smart home integration, I had to bite. So today, we're experiencing our first full-color e-ink display.
I'm Patrick Hunt, and I want you to like smart home tech as much as I do. Real solutions with Matter, Apple Home, and a little creativity. Weekly, I'll show you how small upgrades can make a big difference. Welcome.
The Bloomin8 E-Ink Canvas. I've had this frame for about a month now. Bloomin8 sent it to me to try out, and they are sponsoring this video. By the way, that's Bloomin8, as in bloom and illuminate, not like it's the 8th bloomin'. I'm gonna tell you exactly what I think about this device, both the good and the bad, and I think that you'll find that we land in about the same place. How is it different from the picture framing experience we're so familiar with, digital or otherwise? There's some benefits and drawbacks to e-ink technology, but the Bloomin8 has some cool compatibility features like the aforementioned Home Assistant that really make it stand out amongst the rest. So let's jump in. First, what are we even talking about? I'll explain it by telling you what it isn't. It's not going to the FedEx store with a flash drive, handing it to the associate just to find that it's the wrong file type, and then emailing the picture to a store number amongst a dozen others, and then the associate puts it in the print queue, and an hour later you've got a photo to frame, which you then go to Michael's for and find that a frame is like 50 bucks or something. It's also not a bright backlit digital LCD display frame that you may have found at the Sharper Image or Brookstone when you were Christmas shopping. This lives somewhere in the middle, which makes it better in some regard, and in other ways kind of complicates things. But I'll argue that the experience leans far closer to the traditional picture frame. The Bloomin8 is a framed digital canvas largely meant for displaying photos or art. With an app, you can upload dozens of photos which can rotate throughout the week. But this frame won't be plugged in, so it can mount on the wall cleanly. Bloomin8 says the battery can last up to 3 years, rotating the image once a day. The screen, using the Spectra 6 e-ink technology, more closely resembles a digital print, as in paper, than it does a framed backlit digital display. So it's more similar to paper, not an iPad. Close-up inspection reveals the 150 dots per inch, compared to the minimum 300 DPI we are all used to with digital prints. But you likely aren't doing a ton of close inspection of wall art in someone's house. Step back 2 feet and it's all the same. And I've been framing iPhone photos, which honestly look great. If you've ever printed a digital photo before, then you know that you often have to play with the contrast, the brightness, the saturation, etc. What looks good on your computer may not translate to paper in the same way. And that's the same case here, except you actually don't have to go through the hassle of printing the photo. But I've been happy with the way these photos have looked on our wall. And similar to a printed photo, the more ambient light in the room, the better the visibility of the photo. Unlike those LCD frames, which are backlit. The printed look also has a certain traditional elegance not achieved with that older digital display technology. The image rotation is not instantaneous. In fact, it takes like 10 seconds and you get a light show with it. But I don't think you're rotating this image every 10 seconds. It should be like once a day or even with the season. Let's just say that traditional elegance is not seen here. The Bloomin8 is compatible with IKEA frames just like a normal photo. I put this to the test and ordered the Edsbrook frame, and it is compatible, but with a little bit of customizing. The overall size of the frame is 12 by 16, so that fits, but due to the screen's unique aspect ratio, I had to order a custom mat to retain full view of the display, and we're talking like $17 for the custom mat. I had also tried putting the display behind glass in that IKEA frame, and it adds glare and detracts from the overall visibility. Unless you're looking to match a very specific decor, I'd skip the IKEA frame. The included frame is well built and it looks great. I like the contrast between the white mat and the black frame. And the Bloomin8 has a Home Assistant integration from the manufacturer. The fact that this integration exists at all is such a positive sign for this device. We're not talking about a camera or a sensor using the wrong protocol. This is a wall display. Smart home integrations like this are rare. I added the Bloomin8 integration. It adds a ton of entities to Home Assistant, most notably Next Image. I added a helper in Home Assistant to expose to Apple Home. Now it's just a toggle. When flipped, it will change the image on the display. This can be used in any scenes or automations in Apple Home or Home Assistant. The one hiccup I ran into is the Home Assistant integration requires Wi-Fi, and the device is just about always asleep to conserve battery life and needs Bluetooth to wake up to reconnect to Wi-Fi. The solution here is to never let the device sleep or wake it up periodically throughout the day. This will, of course, have an impact on the battery life. For those not terribly familiar with the inner workings of Home Assistant, creating schedules in the manufacturer's app will do just fine. I can upload all my photos and create a playlist that changes based on parameters that I set. And that's not necessarily just for photos. The app has a ton of art to display. You can create AI images or display the weather or daily quote widgets. It also has an SD card for a completely local experience. I know that's something a lot of you look for, and there is absolutely no subscription associated with any aspect of this. I've spent a lot of time here just selling this tech as a whole because maybe you legitimately haven't heard of it before, and because based on the price, you might think of this as a luxury item. The 13-inch display is $500, currently marked down to $450. But the half dozen frames that exist at this quality are all pretty expensive. So it's either a splurge item for yourself or a really, really good gift for someone else. This display is for the person who values those framed wall-mounted photos, but feels like it's a whole project to get that done. Or who would often want to update framed photos, and doing this all while retaining that printed look. After all, this is definitely a decor-first device. If it didn't look good on the wall, whether that's because of a bright display or a long cable hanging down or a bulky screen or just simply low resolution, then it wouldn't be successful. But the Bloomin8 display addresses all of that and more. So where do I land on this device? It's really cool. It is what it claims to be, but the price point is what's keeping this from spreading like wildfire. But early adopters are used to that by now, right? My one thought that I keep coming back to is that I now have framed photos that I absolutely love, but would have likely never gone through the process of getting framed, now hanging central in our living room with no wires attached. And I can flip from one to the next as I want. I'm excited to keep adding photos to our library, and I'm really excited to see what they do with the Bloomin8. If you haven't yet, please like and subscribe. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, and I'll see you next week.